Hi there, I'm Megan and I go by Solar Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a distance Reiki session that will be guided by tarot cards to kind of see what sort of energy we need to work on. And I will also be using crystals to assist me, so I have a plethora of things to choose from right in front of me, depending on what the cards show us that we need to work on. Before we get started, I do need your consent to work on your energy, so either out loud in the comments, in your head, wherever you feel most comfortable, just say I consent, or nod your head, whatever makes sense for you. It would help me greatly if you could hit that subscribe button. I don't know where on the screen it is. I'll figure that out someday. Yeah, and please let me know if you have any feedback, requests, comments, etc. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. I am going to start by cleansing the deck, so that's just going to take the form of shuffling. I'm not sure how many cards to pull tonight. It's not probably 5 or 7. We'll kind of see how the reading goes and what the energy is telling us. I really prefer to end readings on a positive note, which is kind of why my hesitation is back and forth. Because in my worldview, if it's not positive and good, then it's not the end yet. But sometimes we just need a to be continued, so I'm not gonna have that as a hard and fast rule, but definitely helps. Just gonna spread the cards out here and see where we should start. Looks like this card is popping out first. This is the Hanged Man, in the right, or in reverse. Looking at the world from a different perspective. Perhaps there's some delays, resistance, indecision, lack of control. Interesting. Well, let's start by getting things moving. We're going to start by grounding, and I'm going to use my selenite. This is probably one of my favorites for cleansing. It's very nice. I guess striated is probably the right word, but it has the structure internally that goes in one direction, so it's very good at bringing things and moving things down. So we're going to start by taking a few deep breaths through your nose. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Maybe 3 good deep breaths. And just come into a very natural, relaxed rhythm of breathing. And make sure you're breathing fully, just kind of at your natural pace, not in a shallow manner, but just start to bring attention to your breath. We're going to start by grounding out your energy. So I really like to create a grounding cord. If you have a different method of grounding that you like to use, you are more than welcome to. Some of the variations I often hear is thinking of yourself in a really cold place, like maybe a ice bath or a river up in Alaska with the bears fishing next to you. Just think of yourself there, and it always gives me chills. But we're going to start with a grounding cord. So think of something in kind of a tubular shape. Maybe it could be, tree roots are very popular, or could be maybe a barbershop pole, or maybe an animal tail. Whatever it is, I want you to start thinking of that coming out of your root chakra. So your root chakra is at the base of your spine, just above your tailbone. And send that all the way down to the center of the earth. And it won't take a lot of effort, it just happens. Just trust that it's gone all the way down to the center. And then I want you to start sending all the things that no longer serve you down through that grounding cord back to the earth. So maybe you have a lot of thoughts racing through your head. Maybe you have some pain that's bothering you. Maybe you have this sense of like urgency and the need to do things constantly. You're kind of having trouble relaxing. I want you to send all of that down the grounding cord. Maybe you're having trouble speaking up for yourself or communicating something. I want you to send that perceived blockage down your grounding cord. Good, things are really starting to move now. I'm noticing on this tarot card, one of the words on it is lack of control. So if you feel like you have a blockage, know that it's within your control to get rid of that. Send it down the grounding cord and then let it go, and then take action to change it. If one of your blockages is the fact that you feel like you always need to do something, send that down the grounding cord too, and find time in your day to meditate. It is just like you're doing now. Good. Let that settle in for a moment. And we're going to draw another tarot card to kind of see what else we need to work on. The Six of Wands in reverse. You have earned every one of your successes. Lack of recognition, unpopular, discredited. Lack of confidence. That's telling me we actually need to work on your throat chakra. I wasn't just pulling that out of nowhere when I mentioned that a little bit ago. So we're going to work on your throat, and I'm going to use this piece of blue apatite. Color blue is often associated with your throat chakra, so that's where we're going to focus getting these blockages out of the way. And as you feel things move, or you have thoughts pop up in your head that remind you of why these blockages might be here, or why you think it might be stopping you from communicating, send that down the grounding cord. Send that back to Mother Earth. I want you to just take a moment to notice your posture. If you're in a chair, are you slumped over? Or are you sitting up fully? If you're laying down, things twisted. Just just take a moment to notice if there's anything you can do to make yourself ever so slightly more comfortable. If you're working on falling asleep, doing so in a way where you won't wake up in pain. Try and have your chakras in alignment. So from your tailbone to your head, have one straight line for your body. Really assist with energy flow. And do a little bit more heavy duty pulling of this energy. Really work on getting it out of that chakra. Did you feel that? Or did you just sense that there was a big movement there? Because I felt that. We're rocking and rolling now. Let's do another card draw. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Be open to receive the healing, love, and nurturing that you need. Inner feelings, self-care, self-love. Perhaps some jealousy as well. So we're going to work on taking care of you. And what better way to do that than with some rose quartz? This is actually one of the necklaces I wear on occasion, but it has this really nice point and rounded end that will be wonderful for adding some loving energy back into your system. I saw on social media today somebody pointed out when you do a lot of shadow work or even energy work in general, if you're removing things, you want to make sure to fill up whatever energy you've removed with something positive and something good. Because you don't want to be at a net negative energy loss. You want to be filling yourself back up. And so oftentimes shadow work is removing long-held beliefs or limiting beliefs, I guess is a good description of that. But you don't want to be empty and void after you've done that. So it can be replacing old habits with new habits. Instead of sitting down to watch a TV show every night, maybe you take that half hour and go for a walk instead. Very similar concepts. Your aura is thirsty for some loving energy. Oh man. I think you'll come out of this session feeling quite revitalized and quite full of life, if you will. make sure you keep breathing. Sometimes we forget, including me. Even though we removed a lot of blockages in your throat, this energy is going in through your heart chakra and radiating out. So it's definitely filling your throat back up, but it's going all over. You really needed this. If you have the time, I would suggest watching this video twice just to double or triple up on the benefits of this healing, because you really needed it. As this energy is coming towards you, see if you can take notice as to where it is perhaps manifesting in your body, and see if you yourself can help direct it to where it wants to go. Maybe your feet need some love, maybe your shoulder or your neck. And see if, as it's coming towards you, you can direct it to fill up the entirety of your body. I can set the intention as to where it will go, but the Reiki energy knows where it needs to go, and you can help direct it if you would like to as well. If it's filling up your 7 chakras along your spine, perhaps it radiates to the front of your body and to the back of your body. Maybe it fills up your aura around the outside of your body, that which is your space. Just seeing it fill up all around you. Good. Oh, I can already feel that this is revitalizing in such a good way. Okay, I think while we let that settle, this is another great time for a card draw. Let's see where we're being directed. The 9 of Wands. Believe in yourself and have the courage to continue. Courage, persistence, resilience, boundaries. I think we need to add some protection around the outside of yourself. So we are going to use Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is one of my favorites. This always gives me such brilliant dreams. This is a really good stone for protection. So we're going to work on adding some protection energy, especially around the outside of your body and around this loving energy that we've just replaced. So nobody can disrupt your calm and peace. really seeing this as like a warm blanket getting wrapped around all of the energy you hold inside of yourself. Perhaps surrounding your aura, adding one more layer on the outside. I don't know if you can tell the difference in the feel of the energy as it's coming towards you. To me, this is a little bit more dense and grounded, like it feels very rooted in the earth. I'm going to do the last card draw. I think this is going to be a 5-card spread tonight. It's guiding us where we need to go. So the 6 of Cups in reverse. Reach out to others with love and compassion. Moving forward, forgiveness. We're going to work on moving forward. So you can use this as a moment in time to leave behind those bad habits, perhaps the lack of communication that you've been experiencing, and move forward. Set the intention with what you want your future to hold. And decide today that that's how it's going to be. So I think for this, we're going to give you a spark of energy. I really like the orange carnelian for this. This to me is a very spicy stone, and it feels very energetic to me. It might be the orange color, but you know, I'm also going to pull the yellow adventurine. So these are going to be working with your solar plexus and your sacral chakra. Your solar plexus kind of being above your belly button, below your heart. Your sacral kind of being below your belly button. Your solar plexus is very much all about the doing it center. So this is going to give you the spark of confidence you need to move forward and do that change. And this is going to give you the energy to work on it and keep it going. Have some perseverance and spark of excitement. Even just having these stones and working on this energy, I just feel this need to move, and I feel the excitement coming out of my hands. It's so good. So even with all this excitement and energy and readiness to move forward, make sure that you take a moment to pause before you act, to plan and think, just to make sure that you're moving in a way that will set you up for success and whatever this new reality is going to be. And don't take this spark of energy as the need to use up all this energy right now. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So it might be a sprint to get started because the excitement is there, and starting something new can also be what do you call it? Very exciting, and there's a lot of energy behind it, but you don't want to burn yourself out with that energy. Make sure you are ready to change for the better for the long term. And start slow. I want to reference exercise here. A lot of people, when they start exercising, and they haven't been for a long time, a lot of times they'll just start with the really hard stuff. And it's very easy to get discouraged when you can't do the hard stuff. So set a series of small attainable goals. So perhaps if you haven't been exercising in a long time, you start with maybe like a 10-minute walk. Start there. If that feels easy for you, then up it to 20 minutes and 30 minutes, and get to a point where you can do it without getting winded before you increase. So you want to increase slowly over time. You don't want to jump on the deep end when you don't know how to swim yet. You also don't want to hurt yourself, which is quite easy to do if exercise is your new habit. Make sure you take the time to warm up, stretch your muscles, wind down, cool down, if you will. And make sure you use proper form, because proper form, if you're not using it, you can injure yourself quite easily. So the same goes, this is just a metaphor, but same goes for whatever new goal, situation you have, whatever you're going to be changing. This is very exciting. I'm very excited for you. The energy is very buzzy, very high vibration, if you will. So with that, we're going to end the reading here. 5 cards was perfect for tonight. I think this really gets you where you need to go. And with that, I appreciate you taking the time to be here. Thank you as always. Namaste.